Volkswagen Racing supports South African motorsport. On this week's edition, we head down to East London Grand Prix circuit for the next round of the Pro Tour, and it's Volkswagen Challenge and the Altec Porsche Club Challenge we're going to be concentrating on. A big thanks to Volkswagen for this amazing action from East London Grand Prix circuit. London Grand Prix circuit is definitely where things go to the slipstream aspect, and in Volkswagen, more importantly than any other class, these guys and girls are going to go all at it and see whether or not they can start moving up into this championship that is becoming so close. Valdi and Derek closest in Class A, and you can see hardly anything in between them. And down in Class C, Brad Hall getting his first pole ahead of Black and C.
Valdi, you have got a charge on this one. You really look like you're coming into this with a lot of momentum. How are you feeling?
It's great. I love this track. You know, it's Slipstream City. It's great. Last year I had a good race here. Hopefully I can repeat it this year as well, you know.
Wayne, from your side, you keep threatening to retire, and then every now and again I see the Golf turn up on the grid, and you look like a good qualifier down here.
Well, we had to support the team, and Valdi's, and we both raced together, obviously. And but the problem is in qualifying, I wasn't able to get up to the front because we had a problem with the gearbox. So, but in the race, I'm going to have to back him. So we'll come through and help him with the slipstreaming.
We're past the halfway mark of the season, the Class C Championship. You had a good start to it. You dropped off in the mid part. What can we do now?
I could just try our best, eh? I'm still about third in the championship, so hopefully, I mean, Needham's car's broken, so he didn't get a good qualifying. So hopefully we can get back up there.
Race won 9 laps, and classes A and C split by only a couple of seconds. It's the Class A boys getting down towards turn 1. We go on board here, and look how close it's going to get heading into Potters for the first time.
This is full throttle stuff, Greg. They're going to go down here wide open. Derek Smallberger on the outside, Valdi Mankey's on the inside. Let's see who gets through there.
Brad Hall, good start there. Black and C right on his tail. Then you can see James Hurley, and all of a sudden Adrian Wood at the back end. These guys go flying down towards Potters, and what's happening here? Oh, got the indicator on. He's going to go on the grass. Yes, he is. Whoa, what is going on there? It looks like Sean Needham is taken to the grass, and he's gone around Tyrell Govinasamy there. So big changes up, and Adrian Wood not getting a great start at all. He got boxed in there a little bit too in that start, and now as he goes through Potters, sitting in third last position.
On board now is George Economides. There's a problem here. Listen to that. He's battling to find gears, and everybody streams past him. George Economides, brand new motor car, brings it to East London, and is unfortunately out of the first race.
It's not how we want to be starting things out in a new car, but hopefully he gets to grips with it. And he's now changed across to the Polo player option. The Masters boys are at it. The Performance Masters leading at the moment and in 4th place, with Wayne Masters closing on to the back of Smallberger. Smallberger's been outgunned there by Gerard Henning. He's had a great start.
Out in front is Hurley. Hurley has got to the front. He's got past Brad Hall, and behind him is Keegan Blackensee. He is trying everything he knows to get back to the front.
Check out, they come to the complex now, right on their tail. Look at this, all over the place. But more importantly, ahead of Needham. And Needham is so high up in this championship. Remember, he's looking good for the overall. This is going to cost him dearly. He's falling by the wayside here, down in 5th place.
Needham battling a little bit. Have a look at this drag race. We've got Hurley on the right. We've got Keegan Blackensee on the left-hand side. He's on the inside. Let's see who outbreaks each other. Well, there it is.
Nicely done by
the
corners.
Inside, though, he's trying again. Hurley hasn't given up. He's going to try and dive into the slipstream, take it down to Potters Pass, and we'll sort it out there.
Yeah, this is where the slipstream comes into effect, as we said. There's 5 Golf 1s, and they're all going to be behind each other. These guys are not in the greatest aerodynamic cars in the world, but they definitely have got some pace. Speaking of pace at the front end, look how things are picked up. Gerard Henning is looking very dangerous. He wants to get past, and Valdi goes defensive into Kochabana.
Big defensive move there by Valdi Maintjes. Gerard Henning is in the lesser of the aerodynamic motor cars. There's a yellow flag waving there, so somebody's got a problem. No overtaking is going to happen now. But have a look at this. Valdi has his head down. Gerard tucked right in behind him. Derek Smallberger, Wayne Masters. These guys are driving the wheels off these cars.
Yeah, it's great to see a 4-way battle here for first place, and any one of these guys could possibly spoil the day for the other 3 involved as the Class C boys head down towards Kochabana. This is going to be late braking once again from James Hurley. Brad Hall closes up. Our pole man is in 3rd place and having to find a way past the 2 youngsters.
He's probably in the right spot, Greg. If he sits there until the last lap and he can stay right there, he's going to have the slipstream effect, and he will probably draft both of them down into Kochabana. Having a look now, Hurley's in behind Blackensee. Brad Hall comes up the inside of Hurley. The next one is to the right. He does it, he gets past. Hurley's sitting there just taking a breather, I'm sure. He's going to learn about slipstreaming, going down the long straight. He'll probably draft his way right to the front once again.
Let's see if we can do that. They went through gate, he opened up the gate, and all of a sudden, Brad Hall snuck through into second place. Now we go into the main straightaway. Once again, you can see Voldy still maintaining that lead, but Gerard Henning, as I said, looked very dangerous. In the background, the flight hand kit, oh yeah, he spun out. That's a big pity. A3 is Charles Smallberger, and he is out at Beacon.
Have a look at the snake of cars coming down here. Voldy Mankies pulling them along. They are dived in right behind. You can hardly see. There are 4 cars there. They are so close together. Flat out stuff through Potter's Pass. Probably no lift at all. And they are just trying. Wayne Masters falling off the back a little bit. He's going to have to do some big out braking down at Cochabana to get back in there. Because if you lose the stream here, you're absolutely buggered.
Oh, Brad Hall is right on that slipstream of Keegan Black, and see James Early lost a little bit of ground coming into Beacon Court. Now as they cross the main straightaway and start another lap, the 3 Golfs have got ahead, and it looks like Needham still battling a little bit down in 5th place as he is just seeing his championship fall by the wayside here as they go through Potters. Absolutely full tilt as well. No lifting at all, even in Class C.
Absolutely flat out stuff. Let's have a look-see now if the slipstream actually works very nicely for Hurley. He's a long way back, but watch, when they get down to Cochabana, he's going to be right there. Have a look how the car just speeds up and goes at 1,000,000 miles an hour down towards the bottom.
Just caught
big
up.
on the brakes here, and they are right there. How about that?
Amazing stuff.
He's closed up at least 5 cars.
It's a brilliant bit of driving there, I've got to say, from James Early. He closed up, as you said, and used the slipstream to perfection. The hole opened up, he got into the hole and just got sucked in. Whoa, nearly getting sucked in coming out of the complex though. Henning had a big look on the inside of Voldy. Voldy's going to have to go defensive every single corner now.
Voldy's going to have to play Dr. Block, and I'm sure he knows exactly how. There it is. He puts Gerard Henning on the outside of the racetrack. Derek Smallberger sitting there going, as soon as you Oaks make the smallest error, I'm right in there. And so is Wayne Masters.
Superb to see, as I said, 4 cars in it, and each of them can go for this victory. In the background, also picking up on Jean Gerber. He's now just out of it. Gavin Ross is involved in the race there too. Nice little 2-way battle, and that is for 5th and 6th place on the road. But here it comes. Watch out for the slipstream here from the Golf 2. He's in 2nd place, and the RBTS man is right on Performance Masters Polo. And oh, Voldy, it's a matter of time, buddy. That's all I got to say.
Absolutely. Voldy Mankies going defensive already down to rifle range. You mustn't do it there, boy, because if you go defensive, you're going to lose out. Gerard Henning is going to have the slingshot on you. He goes big defensive on the left-hand side of the white line. Gerard takes a normal line, trying to put pressure on Voldy on the brakes. Let's have a look. Can he get the slingshot going down into gate?
Head down the beach straight away. We'll have to wait and see what happened with that one. As they come on back onto the main straight, though, you can see that he's lost a little bit of ground, but it's not much. And he's into the clutches of Smallberger. Smallberger is absolutely hauling. Here's an example of slipstream to perfection. He's on Henning, and he's going to pull out any second now for some slipstream city, baby.
Let's listen to Yev. He goes flat out. Oh, a little bit of a lift there. Come on, Derek. You obviously haven't seen the sticker that says you got to have balls for Potters, and that is what Derek Smallberger needs now. But he is going to probably use his brains, use the slipstream, go up the inside, down into Cochabana.
Polo player, Golf 2 and Polo Classic at it. Once again, completely defensive driving from Baldy. But that's going to cost him, as you say. If he runs in there, he's not on the right line to take that corner, and the slipstream is not going to work for him because the slingshot then comes in as they get onto the beach straight.
Back to Class C, we've got Brad Hall next to Hurley. These guys are dragging next to each other down to Potter's Pass. Who is going to go around who? Let's have a look. Side by side, they go into Potter's Pass. Brad Hall gets the shortest line, and Hurley tucks in behind him. Great bit of driving there from both of those guys. They give each other enough room to not crash the motor cars.
So heading down towards Cochabana, this is where we have to wait for late braking and see whether or not Brad Hall goes defensive. He's going to go to the left-hand side of the circuit, right-hand side of your screen, and keeps that line. It's good driving. He had faith in his car, he had faith in the brakes, and goes into Cochabana. Oh, he made a mistake! Oh, I was just saying, oh, that's a commentator's curse. Sorry, Brad.
Hurley goes past Brad Hall now, but Keegan Black can see out in front. Because those two guys are scrapping, he can put his head down, focus on getting the lines exactly right, braking in time, and getting away from these two who are trying to just get that second place position on the podium.
He's doing an amazing job. He's putting in some really, really hot lap times here. 45s for these Class C cars. And here we go, back to the front, and Derek is not holding back anymore. On the inside, going through Beacon, and he sneaks through into 2nd place. He's now got Voldy in his sights and says, right, Polo player versus Classic. I think the Classic's going to have the balls here.
Absolutely. Maybe it's time to go now. Voldy Mankies full throttle. Gerard Henning made a bit of a mistake there. That's what Derek put him under huge pressure, making an error going into Beacon Bend. But here it is, the drag race down through Potter's Pass. Voldy Mankies leads the way. Derek Smallberger right behind him, going through Potters. full throttle. Whoa! What happened there?
Looks like Voldy slowed up going through Potters, and Derek had to take evasive action. He's going to end up and, oh no, into the banking. That is going to be costly. Can you believe that? Voldy is slowing down dramatically. There's something wrong with that car, and Gerard Henning has now hit the front, and Masters is second.
Masters in second, but Gerard Henning probably can't believe his luck. He made a mistake going into Beacon Bend, gets to Kokobana, and he's leading. Have a look at this onboard footage. Derek Smallberger goes up the inside. Voldy just getting completely in the way. Derek takes evasive action, and he's a passenger on the grass.
As soon as it hits the grass, he got nowhere to go. He tried to miss the banking, but just clipped it at the very end. Yeah, you can see they go through Potters, everything is fine, but as we come across for the pan of the shot, you'll see that Voldy's car slows up dramatically, and Derek has nowhere to go, misses him completely, fortunately missing him, because I think if he got up the back, there would have been a massive crash.
Yeah, there would have been a proper rollover. Those two cars would have been absolutely trashed. Derek Smallberger getting back onto the racetrack after bumping a big damage to the front of his motor car. Some hard luck there, Derek. You were lining him up to take the lead. Have a look here. But Gerard Henning, probably on the last lap, can't believe his luck. Whoa, almost throwing it away. Gerard Henning takes evasive action on a Class C car and almost sticks it in the wall. But here it is. I think this is the finish. The flag man misses him. Voldy Mankies goes into second, Wayne Masters in third. Some great teamwork there from the Masters performance team.
The confirmation of the results, it is Gerard Henning that takes the victory. Voldy Mankies finishing up in second place as Masters moved over for him. Gavin Ross in fourth and Gerber in fifth. Black and C way ahead of Brad Hall and James Hurley.
Gerard, gnarly race action, but things were loose, man. The back end of that car was all over the place, that race.
Yes, big time. I tell you now, it gets very, very airy down there. One wouldn't believe how it feels on the inside. But yes, we kept it clean, tucked in all the way behind Voldy because don't want to fight each other too much, you know what I'm saying? So, but yes, awesome, fast. This is awesome, fast, yeah. So it's nice.
Keegs turning into the right little racer there, but what a dice, man. I mean, Hurley was all over you, and then Brad Hall at the end.
Yeah, unfortunately, Brad missed out on the breakaway. Hurley was behind me on the one lap. He tried to have a go at me, and I tapped off a little bit, so he had to tap out as well. Gave me a bit of a run, and then Brad and Hurley had to fight it out for themselves. So it was a tactical race for me, but it worked out for my favor.
In classes B and D, it's been all about this man, Calvin van der Linde, and once again, he was quickest, but he's been closed down big time by Rory Atkinson, who's found some pace in his Polo. Darren Nathan, quickest in Class D, with Holiday right on his tail.
Well, Calvin, coming into this round, you've got a stranglehold in the championships, but this is a slippery track, and you need the aerodynamic package to get through the lines. This is the box. I mean, is it going to cut the hole right?
Yeah, well, it's been a sort of up and down weekend for us with the conditions, with the wind and stuff. It's been tricky to get it timed right in qualifying. We had a good run, got pole, and as always, thanks to the sponsors, Zwartkops and for Racing, for everything they do for us.
Well, down in East London, the man's track, looks like you finally found some pace in the setup.
Yeah, absolutely. We did a bit of homework sort of off-season between the races and found shocks and springs seem to have been our problem, and seems to be working very well, actually.
So here's the start, and whoa, van der Linde has been caught napping. He's down in sixth, probably going to be in seventh place by the time they get to Potters. And out front, Atkinson is not holding back. He says, take care then, bye-bye now.
Andrea Bates dives right in behind Atkinson, a drag race down to the bottom. Golf 1 versus Polo, aerodynamics once again. In behind him is Stuart Mack. We've got Quinton Thompson. Quinton dives in right behind Andrea. Look how close that is. You cannot even see the back bumper. He comes out to the inside. Now he's going to go down behind Atkinson. Rory is trying as hard as he possibly can to get away. Andrea's on the outside. That's probably the wrong side of the racetrack to be on. She's going to lose out badly there.
Class D gets underway, and Nathan and Holiday pull away from the rest of the field. Justin Taylor in his new Golf 2 making its debut down here at East London, because remember, the first race he brought it out in, it didn't really turn a wheel in anger, and now it means business in third place as they get to Potters.
A great drive there by Taylor. He's brought that car from nowhere within 3 races to like third on the road. Just behind him now, we've got a newcomer. That is Fred Morovitz. He's driving as hard as he possibly can. First time at East London. He doesn't really know the racetrack, but he is right there.
I can tell you something, it's a right-hander and flat out when you get to turn 1. Keep it buried until you get to turn 3.
Yeah.
And then heartbreaking.
And when you get scared, brake hard, man.
Exactly.
And that's what these guys are doing. Really big brakes right at the bottom. Have a look here. Calvin van der Linde coming through the field. He's having to drive really, really hard to get back to the front. But it's actually good for entertainment value here, because that start of his did us a favor. Now he's got to work. It's going to be exciting. Out in front, Rory Atkinson. Quinton Thompson second. And Calvin van der Linde third. Calvin goes up the inside. Quinton goes up the inside. Let's have a look. See here. Rory Atkinson left out to dry. Calvin goes with Quinton Thompson. 2 Golf 1s out in front from first to third in one corner.
Doesn't look like any of those flight hand cleaner cars like Beacon Corner. We're on board here with Andrea Bates, closing onto the Golf 2 of Peter Thompson. Can the slipstream effect work here? It probably will, because the bigger car is definitely going to suck that car right into that slipstream. And look at that, Calvin van der Linde going to try around the outside of Thompson in Potters. Man, does this boy have some cojones. Around the outside of Potters, and in one lap he's gone from the back of the field to first.
Great respect there from those 2 drivers. That could have been really, really ugly. And they've had a bit of an incident in the past. Quinton Thompson, Calvin van der Linde, right round Potters pass, absolutely flat out. That's probably 170, 180 kilometers an hour. Big brakes right at the bottom. Rory Atkinson dives in behind. Peter Thompson, some smoke coming off the brakes of van der Linde's car. Van der Linde makes a mistake. Quinton goes to the inside, in behind these guys go. He dives back in behind him though. Quinton dives in left, right. Which way is this guy going to go?
He can't find a way past Calvin van der Linde, and you can see that Rory Atkinson is looking dangerous too. He's in third place. He's got Thompson on his tail, so it's a 4-way battle here. We've just seen a 4-way, and it got really close in Class A. Now we're in Class B, and these guys are holding nothing back, trying to catch van der Linde. He's opened up a little bit of a gap now as they came into the complex. Maybe that's just enough to get away from Thompson and Atkinson.
No ways, China. These guys are going to drive as hard as they possibly can to hang on to him. But Atkinson and Thompson mustn't hold each other up, because if they do that, he's going to get away. Back to Class D. We've got Steve Hurley, who's coming through the field at a massive rate here. He had to start at the back of the field because he had a gearbox problem. So Hurley is driving absolute wheels off his car. Out in front, though, we've got Darren Nathan, Sextrader car, ahead of Dion Holiday in the commercial auto glass polo. These guys have got their head down and driving away.
I've got to say, a great drive so far from Justin Taylor as well in third place. He's ahead of Batman. Van Vleuten has not been able to find the same kind of pace out of his Golf 2 that the Golf 2 in front of him has found down here. And it's a really nice battle between them. But as you said, Hurley's got through, and he's now got ahead of a lot. Gina Monroe involved in a little bit of a 3-way battle here. And it looks like just behind them comes Mrs. Batman.
Yeah, you got Elke van Vleuten, we got Gavin Monroe, Gina Monroe, back to the front though. Look at the slipstream here. Quinton Thompson right up behind Calvin van der Linde. These guys are trying absolutely everything. Calvin, unfortunately, dragging the whole train along. There's not a 4-way battle there. These guys, within no time at all, there are 5, 6 cars all wanting a podium position.
And they've all got a chance of getting through if somebody makes a mistake. Calvin van der Linde is not used to making mistakes, and he wants to make up for the one that he did on the line. There's a move from Thompson. Thompson sneaking through on Atkinson into gate corner, and the door was left wide open, and you don't want to do that. Rory Atkinson is going to rue that day, because now Peter Thompson has his son set in his sights and is now going to close up on the Golf 1 of Quinton. Absolutely.
The Golf 2 is slightly more aerodynamic than the Golf 1, so Quinton knows he's got a problem. His dad is coming. That when Peter is a 64-year-old man, Quinton is hating the fact that he's going to get carrots from his old man.
It's coming slowly but surely. Never mind anything else. They go through Potters once again. Rory Atkinson now going to be under pressure from the squish car there of Bates. Andrea Bates closing up. Look at this awesome stuff on board of her as we're going to go through Rifle. Absolutely flat out,
Rifle range, full throttle, doing a great job there. She dives into the... Look at that. Peter has done it. Peter drove right around the outside of Quinton. Oh, he makes a mistake. He runs it slightly wide. This is a drag race now between Peter and Quinton. But out in front, because of the fact that those two are scrapping, Calvin hasn't got any pressure.
So he's getting away, and Thompson's are basically allowing him. This is an in-house family feud here. Oh, nearly a little tap there from Atkinson as well. He had a big look. Here we go. This should be fun. On the inside, there goes Justin Taylor. What is Taylor doing? He's gone wide. He runs across the grass. Tabletop time. Oh, perfectly done. Man, that's like Jeremy McGrath. He can't get better than that.
Absolutely. I wonder if he had his hands off the wheel there.
I was waiting for him to put his foot out, and do the knack-knack. Damn it, that was awesome. Looks like Taylor's car is on its side, though. The marshal's running to try and save him. And here comes Hurley. Hurley on the inside, looking for a way through. Can he find it? Yes, he can. The Batman and the Batmobile are not going to be able to save the Coney car getting through. And he's going to be forced wide by the Golf 1 around his outside of Jannie van Rooyen.
Jannie van Rooyen goes around the outside as well. Let's have a look at this in slow motion. Big brakes on. Not quite sure what happened there. Brakes locked up as hard as they possibly can. The car bounces over the racetrack and unfortunately lands in such a bad way that it just tumbles over ever so slowly. Hard luck there for Justin Taylor.
Oh, what a pity, because that's a brand new motor car that he just had to put it there. Fortunately, he's quite a strong man, so he's out of it right now, but hopefully he can get that car sorted out for the combined race later.
Absolutely, Justin Taylor. Whoa! Have a look at that. Peter Thompson squeezes past Quinton at rifle range. This is absolutely amazing. Out in front, though, we've got Calvin van der Linde. He doesn't have any pressure, but both of these guys run wide. Quinton runs wide, going down into Cochabana. Peter Thompson doing a great job there, holding off the young, fiery young son of his. And out in front goes Calvin van der Linde.
Getting away, and looks like there's a move here for what is going to be fourth place. Atkinson having to go defensive to keep Andrea Bate behind him. It's not going to be easy to keep Andrea. She's found some real good pace around East London Grand Prix circuit and definitely can run at the front with those boys. Speaking of running with the boys, Van Vletter, that is Elke. Mrs. Batman is at the front of this little battle and starting to close down on the Batmobile of her husband.
Fred Morovitz right in behind Elke, and just slightly ahead of them is her husband. But Jannie van Rooyen is putting huge pressure on the Koenig car of Steve Hurley. Jannie is going to drive as hard as he possibly can. He's probably done more laps around this racetrack than anybody ever because of his age. But out in front on the final lap, the six-trader car of Darren Nathan, absolutely miles away. What happened to Dion Holiday? He's absolutely gone. This is Jannie and Steve Hurley. Steve makes a mistake. Jannie goes past him, going onto the pit straight.
Now, can Hurley get into the slipstream on that Golf 1? The Goldwagen Golf crosses the line. They've only got to cross that line one more time. So it's only one lap that Jannie's got to try and keep Hurley behind him. And you can see how hard Hurley's working. He was in the slipstream. Jannie pulled out, so it broke that slipstream effect. He now has to try and look for it going through Rifle. He gets right up and close through Potters, but he's not quite close enough yet.
Jannie van Rooyen under huge pressure. Steve Hurley has got the slipperier car. Jannie goes to the inside. He goes defensive. Steve Hurley on the outside. Will he go around with him? No, decides to tuck in behind him, put him under huge pressure. Back to Class B. We've still got Peter under pressure from Quinton, though. These guys are trying as hard as they can.
It's going to be awesome to see Peter Thompson outgun here, and it's definitely going to be an outgunning here of Quinton Thompson because he's firing at all cylinders, trying to retain the number one. Look at that. Bates got through on Atkinson too in the background. So changes up here on the final lap, and Andrea Bate has moved to fourth place. The checkered flag is waiting for Calvin van der Linde. Has anything going to be done here by the flight hand cleaner car? No. Atkinson has to stay behind.
Peter Thompson is about to give his son carrots. Here it is. Calvin van der Linde takes the lead away from everybody after a bad start. Peter Thompson beats Quinton. Andrea Bate ahead of Rory Atkinson.
What a good dice there in our Class Bs, and there's confirmation of the top five. But across the line for Class D, it is going to be the six-trader car of Darren Nathan. In the background, though, there's still a scrap. It's Jannie van Rooyen and Hurley. They're going side by side, and Van Rooyen takes it. Steve Hurley in third. Van Vletter finishes up just ahead of Gina Monroe.
Calvin, I was joking this morning that it was all about getting the first two sweet laps in, and the start was uber important. And then what happened on the start, bro?
Yeah, I was trying to look at the start boards with the 30 seconds and that. 30 seconds came up, and I was looking for the 5, but it didn't come up. Then I just saw my dad shouting on the side, go. So I got a bit of a fright, but we got sick off the line, and slowly we made our way through, and went around the outside at Potters, which gave us a lead.
Quinton, that was tight racing. Looked like you had that thing wrapped up, and then your dad came busting through. Slipstream City is what it is.
Yeah, he's got the Golf 2 is a lot more aerodynamic. I mean, the City Golf is like a damn brick. It doesn't want to go anywhere.
Try to tell Jannie van Rooyen that. Did you see? You would have seen him in the background. He was charging.
Yeah, no, that's good. I mean, there's a City Golf. If you get it right, if you can come out of the corner better than the other guys, then you get a bit of a drag. But I struggled, old man. Well done to him. 64 years and still going strong.
Still cleaning the floor with a lot of drivers. Race 2, it's all combined. 9 laps of action. Class A getting underway. Let's see whether or not George Economides can find something here, because remember, he was lying high up in the championship, and his DNF in race 1 is going to drop him out of contention for the overalls.
He takes one position quickly. Jean Gerber tucks him behind him. Derek Smallberger in the race here. He's going to have to come from the back as well. Around the outside goes Valdi Makis. Right behind him is his teammate. Behind them this time we got Gavin Ross. It's been a long time since we've seen Gavin up there. He's right in behind Wayne Masters, who's going defensive down into rifle range. Behind him is Charles Smallberger. They fixed the motor car. Back on board though with Quinton Thompson. Peter slightly ahead of him. He's behind Calvin van der Linde going into rifle range. Big time on the brakes. Here it comes.
Now closing up on the back end of Class A already. We didn't get much of a gap in the starts here. And there you can see, defensive driving from Quinton to keep Andrea Bate out. Here come the Class D boys. And it's Nathan out in front. But check who's in second. Speaking of the old men who know how to drive, Jannie van Rooyen, yes, please stand up. There he is.
Absolutely, but look who's in third. That's Elke van Vletter. She's in third position in Mrs. Batmobile car. Gina Monroe in fourth. We're on board with Jake Zwartkops, who's driving at this particular event, Wouter Roos's car. A welcome return from Jake Zwartkops. He's having an absolute blast here in East London. smiles all around that pit lane.
And looking for a way out the inside of Gina Monroe, so it's going to become the meat in the sandwich between the two ladies. Oh, Jakesy, welcome back, bud. Yes, the girls have stepped up their game.
Absolutely, the girls are going absolutely like the clappers. Jake's having to pedal as hard as he can. He's using all the tricks he knows. Elke goes defensive. Jakes has got to go around the outside, but he's still not in front of her.
Blackensee, Hurley, Brad Hall. Adrian Wood is in it now. So the man who had a DNF due to a clutch problem in race number 1 is now in it and into 3rd place ahead of James Hurley. So we're not going to have a 3-way Golf 1 battle here. It's now a 4-way Golf 1 and probably even a 6-way, because all of a sudden there's a couple of boys just behind who also want to have a shot at the title.
It's not even a second that cover that field, but back to the front here as well between 1st and 4th. Absolutely a blink of an eye. Baldy Mankies goes defensive. Gerard Hennen, he is tucked in right behind him. So is Wayne Masters. So is Gavin Ross. And here comes Charles Smallberger. It won't be long and he's going to be right there. The cars fan out at the bottom on the brakes. Baldy Mankies goes defensive. Gavin Ross has a look. Gerard Hennen loses out. Whoa! Some great camera work here from George Economides' motor car. And let's have a look. Can he get back to the front? Goes Quinton Thompson. Quinton goes ahead of his dad. He brings Andrea Bate through with him. They push Peter Thompson wide. Out in front though, still Calvin van der Linde, probably sitting watching this racing in the mirror going, hey, this is quite good.
Yeah, we see Needham on the inside as Nathan, and looks like, yes, the Goldwagen car of Yannick van Rooyen going up the inside of Nathan. It's going to be a drag race between the two of them. We just saw 3 cars go 3 by 3 along the beach straight. Sean Needham's car, you can see having some problems there. He's going to have to pull in. But it's side by side and a straight out, flat out dice here between Darren Nathan's Sextrader Polo and the Goldwagen Golf 1 of Yannick van Rooyen, and van Rooyen outguns him. Oh, that's brilliant. Darren Nathan, dude, you've just been shown the way down the beach straight away. And it looks like Stuart Mack is going to park the Giulio Sabatini Golf on the inside of the kart circuit. End of the day's racing there for him. What a pity. He was going so well. But speaking of going well, Yannick van Rooyen is loving life at the front. And here comes Jakes. He's got through all the girls, and he's looking very dangerous. Closing up on the back end of Darren, who's got his hands full already of an old man. Now he's going to have 2 of them to play with.
Absolutely, he's going to get an experience lesson of note. Darren brakes really late. Back to Class C battle though. Blackensee under pressure from Wood. They are driving as hard as those Class C cars will go. The cars are sliding already. Normally these Class C cars are so light that the tires hold up superbly, but they are driving the wheels off of them this time.
Now looking for a way to come up to Beacon now. Adrian Wood, and he had a DNF in the first race due to a clutch problem. He got helped out by a whole lot of people that are going to be thanked, I'm sure, if he gets through and takes this victory. He's looking dangerous. He goes on the inside, doesn't quite make it stick, and tucks in behind Blackensee. But here comes a change-up. All of a sudden, oh no, sorry, I lied. That is just the 95 Needham just moving out of the way there and letting the Class C boys go through.
Back to Class A though. Valdi Mankies goes defensive. Wayne Masters in behind him. Whoa, a little bit of sideways action. Gavin Ross goes up the inside of Gerard Hennen, takes the 3rd position. Cannot use the slipstream or the clever line to get back into 3rd position.
He comes alongside and looks like Gavin Ross has been done. Yes, he has. He goes around the outside and flies past. Now we see, oh, looks like Economides got the same problem. Oh, he just cannot find gears. There's no gears in that Polo, and the Wealth Avenue man is not having it all his own way yet today.
Hard luck for George Economides, but he'll probably select 3rd, go and park in the pit lane and watch a great race. Back to the front though, we've got Gavin Ross all over the back of Gerard Hennen. He managed to get past at Beacon, but Gerard got back at him going into gate. Back to the front of Class D though, we got Jake Zwartkops up the inside of Yannick van Rooyen. They go into the gateway. Darren Nathan has got back to the front. Elke is in 4th. Behind her is Gina Monroe, and behind her is Gavin Monroe.
And the 2 ladies going at it here and looking for a way through. Oh, wow, that was good driving. Elke just kept it buried going through the S's and into the complex. She leads the girls' battle in Class D. At the front end, though, Darren Nathan looks like he has got to the front. Yes, indeed. And now maintains the 2 elderly statesmen right behind him. Van Rooyen, can he get horns here? But I can't believe how well Yannick's driving. But Jake Zwartkops back in a Polo, and the kind of Polo he loves.
Jake loves the old level Polo. And Yannick goes up the inside. Can he make it stick? Darren goes wide. He sees Yannick in the mirror, gives him a little bit of space, and here goes the drag race. Down to Potter's Pass. Jake's in behind Yanni. No, now he's in behind Darren. Let's see. Darren's car should be the slipperier one of the 2. They are waving at each other. Yanni doesn't know what to do. He's got his head down like he's riding a bike, bud.
Man, this is awesome stuff. Look at this. Listen.
Let's see if Jakes holds it.
Oh, he also lifted up a little bit.
Jakesy!
Oh, he let us down there. Hey, Jake Zwartkops there, not flat out through Potters, just a small lift, and that's what's cost him that little bit of gap there. You can see somebody's run off wide here going through Potters, so a couple of marshals on the sideline. Look at this move. Peter Thompson on the inside of Andrea. He gets her, but I think he's going to run wide. Andrea should be able to cut back. Whoa, this is awesome stuff.
How about that? Peter Thompson showing them exactly how to jump the brake. I'm sure he was about 6th position there. All of a sudden he's in 2nd. Quinton, who was 2nd, is now going, hey, where'd that come from? I'm 5th.
What kind of maneuver caused that? And Andrea Bates saying, me, I want to get past. I'm in 3rd place now. Come and get me if you can.
Peter Thompson under huge pressure from Andrea. Right behind him we've got Quinton. Behind him we've got Rory Atkinson in the flight hand cleaner car. They are trying everything to have that podium position.
Now they really are pushing hard. Here's another great battle. And I've got to say, these three have had probably one of the best starts we've seen in Class D in a long time. It's a big pity that Thole couldn't make it out there, but you can see he's going to be ruining the day that he wasn't there. Here's a move on the inside. Oh, has Adrian Wood stuck through on Black and See? He has. He's got a perfect drive. He cuts onto the inside, and whoa, where are you going, King and Black and See? There was more than enough ground for you to play with there, bud.
Absolutely, a great bit of driving there from Wood. Good stuff there. Back to the front, though, we've got Slipstream City. We've got Harold Henham right in behind Wayne Masters. I'm sure he is going to make that Golf 4 as wide as he possibly can to look after his teammate. This is team orders, big time. Wayne Masters will go inside. Valdi Mankis can use the normal race line and just focus on braking late, turning in early, and off he goes again.
Perfectly done there by Masters, keeping Henning behind him. You can see the rest of the field come through. We haven't seen much of Jean Gerber, but there he is. And look how close Calvin van der Linde is to the back end of Class A. He has really closed up dramatically. Yes, picking up a move. Quinton Thompson goes onto the inside. Is he able to make it stick? Yes, he has been able to. And he moves to 2nd place. Good driving from Quinton. He's not going to catch Calvin, but he wants 2nd place.
Absolutely. Andrea making a bit of a mistake there on the brake. She had got through to 2nd. She's right in behind him now. Rory is behind her, and is he? No. Peter Thompson throws it up the inside. Rory Atkinson back down into 5th.
Just changing every single time these 4 cars go into a corner. Up towards Beacon, I expect more of the same. They come out of the complex now, almost line astern, and throw that proverbial right over them because there is nothing in between those 4 cars.
Absolutely. This is getting down to the final lap, and I'm sure these guys don't know which time. Peter Thompson having a look. Andrea under pressure. Quinton under pressure. Rory sitting there going, would somebody please make a move so that I can have a slipstream?
I just want to get through and maybe lead this particular battle for a little bit. But they come across the line, and look at that. Nothing in between those 4 cars. They're trying to close down. We're on board now with Quinton Thompson. Watch for a maneuver here coming out of the slipstream. We might see a move here from Andrea Bate into Potters. Has she got it? No, she hasn't. Thompson hangs on.
Absolutely wide open through there. Quinton Thompson, oh! Andrea getting it all out of shape. Peter gets tagged in the process. Some big crashing going to happen here, but they catch it. Both of them catching those cars, doing a superb job.
How did they miss the banking? We saw Smallberg go straight into it. There was no way of catching it. They went through there probably just as quick as what Derek went through in the first race, but now it has just opened things up in Class B. Thompson will have 2nd. Atkinson should hang on to 3rd place. Here comes Bates, she's in 4th. Peter Thompson getting ahead just behind the Class D battle. And I think Andrea will just probably get out of the way of this. She knows that Darren Nathan and Yannick van Rooyen and Jake Zwartkops are right behind her.
Have a look at this on board again. Andrea goes through Potters Pass absolutely flat out. Her car steps slightly to the right, gets it a little bit squirmy, tags Peter with the back end of her motor car, and they're just passengers. As you can see, the black lines on the tarmac, absolutely flat out stuff. Nobody lifted off the throttle, and they managed to save that.
Love the tandem effect of that crash. Look in the background there, good to see Justin Taylor did get that car sorted out. But here we have some more action. This time it's Mrs. Batman. Oh, Elka going into the dirt. Oh, I think she's headed for the Batcave.
Absolutely. I don't know if she's going to catch that one. I think that's going to be all over for her. And down the straightaway, we've got Hurley. Hurley has come from the back of the field again, and he's probably lying in about 3rd or 4th position. Gina Monroe in the other polo, one of the polos that we don't see too often, right there.
You can see Mrs. Batman goes on the inside here, looks for a way through, has got the line, just runs onto the grass. You cannot run onto the grass through Potters. It's probably the most dangerous place to run onto any place other than the black stuff. And as I said, head straight into the Batcave.
Big crash coming up there. There's a drag race though between Gavin Ross and Jean Gerber. There it is, Jean Gerber going up the inside at Potters. They obviously don't know, it's fairly slippery there right now. They're absolutely at it. Jean Gerber just wants one more position. Gavin also trying to hang on to the great start he had earlier, and right behind them is Calvin van der Linde. That is a Class B car. He is doing a superb job with no slipstream at all. Gavin goes up the inside. There it is. Jean Gerber slingshots to the inside. Can he drag him to gate?
Side by side towards gate, but at the front end it is all about Valdi Mikey's and Wayne Masters. Masters absolutely perfection of a drive here, keeping Gerard Henning at bay, and that's exactly what he needed to do. Otherwise Henning could possibly have spoilt the day for the Performance Masters boys. But Valdi is definitely going to move up in that Class A championship, considering the fact that George Economides has had 2 DNFs.
Class B battle is not over though. Second and third position on the road. There it is. Rory Atkinson has a look up the inside. Quinton Thompson under pressure. He's going to have to go defensive. The race is coming to the end, and Rory has now decided it's time to go.
Certainly as the checkered flag is coming out for Class A though. Valdi takes it, Wayne Masters in second and Henning in third. Just in the background you can see that it's going to be Charles Smallberger who will take 4th place, and Gavin Ross wins out his battle with Jean Gerber for 5th. Adrian Wood hanging on to Class C's lead, and he takes the victory from Keegan Blackensee and James Hurley.
Valdi, you are one of the king of the coasts because you had just been pinning it down here. We just come in from the combined and you drilled them.
That was great. I mean, Slipstream City, as I said earlier, here the wind direction makes a big difference on the cars, and we had a little bit wind from the front, so I think Gerard struggled a little bit. And just behind me sat Wayne, and he created a huge hole in the air there for Gerard, and it was nice. I mean, we just kept it together. Cars were very loose through Potters and Rifle, you know, but great, you know, great. Just say thank you to Goldwagen and the guys who make it able for us to come and race here. Guys like Indy Oil, guys like Winds, you know, and all the support sponsors. It's great to have them.
Woody, we always see you come good in these race twos. What's that about?
I don't know. I just never seem to have the luck in the first races. Something always seems to go wrong. Maybe from now on a little bit we'll be able to get both races a good one. But the second race was amazing. The car was handling beautifully. I'd just like to say thanks to Uncle Sean, Uncle Henny van der Linde, Lee Thompson and Louis for fixing the clutch after the first race was disintegrated, which is why we couldn't finish. But it was a good weekend. Everything went well. It was very nice.
Another double victory for Calvin van der Linde will see him move up dramatically in the overalls, but he heads out Thompson and Atkinson. Darren Nathan takes the victory from Jacobs and Hurley.
A great comeback drive there from you after a little bit of a layoff there. A little bit far off the pace for Jakes, but he caught you. What happened there, Darren?
Look, to be honest, I started to run out of brakes a little bit, and also I wanted to wait for Jakes so that we could have a bit of a race. But yeah, unfortunately Jakes' clutch broke, and then I decided, well, you know what, I'm not hanging around. I'll get out of here and go.
Heading back to the Free State and the Pekisa Freeway on the 13th of August, Calvin van der Linde now leads out ahead of Keegan Blackensee, Andre Needham in third, and George Economides in 4th place. Big thanks to Goldwagen for this fantastic action from East London.